everybody. How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening? It's time to commiserate, to complain, to try to figure out, to solve the problems for Inter Miami, because they can't seem to solve it on their own. So we're here to fix their problems, but I can't fix them. But I know who can, and that is everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. How you doing, Ed?
Oil's out. Oil's out. How's it going, Peter?
We have one simple, but not so simple thing we can agree on and accomplish.
I think that might be the thing to do. I think it's something about motivation, Peter Brown. I'm getting ahead of the show, but
yeah. But
we'll dig into.
We're just setting the table. Set the table of what we'll talk about tonight. But and of course, we'll want to hear your comments in the chat. I got a couple comments that I pulled that are from your game day vlog. We can look at those as well. Just some like thoughts that people are saying and things like that. So we can get busy with all that stuff. But in some ways, it feels like we're doing the same show every single weekend now. But we're getting ready. We're gonna do it again. But we're going to first say a thank you to our sponsor, and that is Caneswear. Caneswear is located in Davie, Florida, just south of 595 on University Drive. Go support a local business. Buy your Inter Miami gear there. And if they don't have what you want, tell them. Bug them. Force them to buy more current stuff. They'll do it if you yell at them enough. They need to know that you're going to buy it. So go in there, support a local business. And if that's too far for you to drive, just hop on caneswear.com. All orders over $99 ship for free. You can also leave us a voicemail, 786-474-4435.
Oh, yeah.
And we already have one that just came in about 5 minutes ago. So great. You want to leave another one? That's cool too. So let's say hello to a few of you guys in the chat that are here early. I see Brad is in the chat. He's depressed. Wycia's in there. We'll come back to some of your comments, but she's basically saying Hoyos has to go. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs is here. Kata is here. Hoyos out. It's going to be a theme, I think, tonight. Francisco is here. Sporting director must fire the coach. But wait, the sporting director is Hoyos. Exactly. Hey, look, it goes beyond. It goes beyond just the coach, I think, but we'll get into that. Kevin is here as well. Tailspin. It's
Adam Davidson.
It's a damn
Adam Davidson.
Oh, it's Adam Davidson. Okay, I'm trying to read that. It all like, how does this work? So welcome. A fan of both Toronto and Miami. Interesting. Hambone is here. Hambone is one of our members, one of our newest members of the channel. If you want to become a member, just click that join button and you can help support the channel. We're going to start rolling out a few benefits for members. A few little things, just little giveaways we might do for members. And we'll in the near future start doing some of that stuff. But anyways, it seems to be your it seems to hang on a second. Wait a minute. Wycia says, "Hi, Peter and Uncle Ed. I should have greet you first, but I was so mad." Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't help it. With this team, the way it's playing, everybody should be mad.
Speaking of greeting us, man, we met so many viewers last night at the game, more than normal. That came by and said hello. That was awesome. It's fun to put a face to some names. Some people that
it was nonstop.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, literally, I was walking down at halftime, and somebody came up behind me just saying that some of the videos that we did inside the stadium or traveling to the stadium were very helpful, and it was their first game. They even bought tickets in our section because we talk about our section. They said, "Hey, these are great seats," So It was awesome to meet you guys. If you guys see us in the in anywhere in the stadium, say hi. So it's because it's always fun to put a face to a name
Yeah.
or any of that kind of stuff.
We appreciate every time somebody comes up to us. I mean, sometimes people just they look at us like if they already know us, and we're just like, oh, one guy looked at me and I was like, I want to go say hi to him because I figured he saw us somewhere
Yeah,
before.
because
So,
what we were talking about, what happens is some of the people they feel like they know us, but we don't know them because they hear us
right.
talking or watch our videos, so they have a feeling like they kind of know us, but we don't know them. So we want to get to know them though. So it's fun.
Yeah.
So where do we start? We're in
Let's
still we're
let's get to
still
it, Peter.
we're still in second place in the East. However, we are third
But
place in the Supporter Shield.
oh,
We
we
have
went down
dropped.
one.
We dropped in the Supporter Shield race because in the Supporter Shield we are now in third behind Vancouver.
Vancouver.
However, we're
That
still in second
Vancouver, I
place in the
tell
East.
you. I hear you, Peter.
So it's like we're not in bad shape, but we are trending in the wrong direction. Some of the
And
comments.
I think
Go ahead.
I think a lot of people are saying, Peter, that we need to get rid of Oils, and I think it has a lot to do with, like I mentioned when we first started the show. I think it's also motivational because, dude, his press conferences, dude, I just want to yawn and go to sleep because the guy
Yeah,
is just like, it's just,
I've
he
never
goes
watched.
around and
Yeah, I've never watched any of
you
them.
don't know.
I've seen some clips where
Well,
basically he's just an apologist, right? Or he won't say anything,
all in
right?
Spanish too. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's why I
all
don't
in
even watch it
Spanish.
because it's all in Spanish.
Yeah, and it's really a yawner, and he's just apologizing. Hasn't really said that it's his fault, but it is. I mean, like I said, if he's like that in the press conference, dude, I'd go to sleep in that dressing room because he's no motivation at all. He's just there to occupy the space. Who's really leading this team? Is it Messi? Messi right now is, he's scoring goals. He's not at 100%. I mean, you could tell just by by looking at the way he's been playing, they're taking the ball away from him. For the most part, he's Messi. He'll score a goal, but he's not gonna. The way the team is playing, we're not gonna win any games like this. Only two good mentions I could say. Berterame looked good. He'd go back and defend something that Suarez and Messi don't do. He was doing. I mean, he just came back ready to go. The guy deserved a goal. I think you even mentioned it, man. If anybody deserves to be the player of the game, it should be him. He didn't score a goal. Of course, they're not gonna make him the player of the game. Segovia also looked good at parts. But yeah, the all around, I don't know, they were just slow and we have possession of the ball, Peter, but what is possession of the ball if you barely have any shots? I think they said we had 10 shots, three were on goal, and yeah, it was just incredibly frustrating. If you guys listen to that vlog, I mean, I cut out a lot of it. I still made it like 40 minutes. I thought I was gonna make it 10 minutes, but there was some action there and some stuff worth seeing. And our more than anything, I think some of our comments were kind of funny, so I left them in.
Okay,
But
I haven't watched
otherwise,
it yet.
man, yeah, yeah, it's but otherwise, yeah, it's just other than Messi's goal, that was the highlight of the whole game.
Yeah, and I did see after the fact some clips of Messi yelling at Rodrigo de Paul, giving him an earful. So you know,
Rodrigo just give the ball away to Paul is just he was back at it.
yeah,
I mean, other than the pass to goal that he made to Messi, he had a couple of he had 80%, 86% of his passing was accurate. I was surprised that it looked like it was a lot less
yeah.
because he was just like passing pretty bad. But what's his name? Casimiro had 85%. I thought he looked better, but who knows? Who can tell?
Well, just looking at the field, you just would forget about statistics, just what's on the field. I thought Rodrigo didn't give away the ball as much. Casemiro did a little bit, but Casemiro's playing way too deep is my biggest issue, and he needs to be pushed up. But then again, our defense needs help. So I don't know. And that's when I start to wonder. And I was talking amongst you and Julio and just saying, is that the player just doing what he feels like needs to be done? He's putting himself where he feels is necessary, or is that coaching? Julio was firm on it was coaching, which goes back to the common thread throughout this entire chat and even our thoughts as to get rid of Hoyos. Here's one comment though that I wanted to just bring up is Ricardo says more signings, and so that's the problem. You really can't do that. There's contracts, right? You cannot just dump players. This is not Europe or South America. You cannot just dump players that are under contract. You could buy out 2 contracts a year. So, they could, if they really wanted to, buy out a contract, make space for somebody else. But you can't wholesale change this team. You're kind of stuck with what you have. There's not a lot more time left in the transfer window. I mean, I don't know if they're planning on doing something, but I don't remember when it closes. But it's not. There's not a whole lot more time in it. So they can't just go and make a bunch of new signings. But the one thing they can do is get Hoyos out. That's the one change that they can do and bring somebody in potentially that can work with what we have. Because at the end of the day, you were saying in the video or when we were hanging out that this team is more talented than it shows. Like, we have some good players. This team, and I wore this shirt because to remind ourselves that we just won the MLS Cup Championship with a lot of these players. There weren't a ton of changes this season. Now, there are a lot of injuries, but you need to have a coach that knows how to work with what he has. Because I myself and most of you guys in the chat do not have any faith in Hoyos. Inter Miami should get a new coach from Young Easy. Kata said, I'm so ready for Hoyos to crash out like Neville. Show some effing respect. Here's the thing, though. What I liked about Neville, because you were already saying that, Hoyos doesn't come right out and say, hey, this is my fault. Neville did. Neville would always own up, and buck stops with him. You may not like him as a coach, but he was accountable, I felt like. And I appreciate that.
Same thing. He did the same with Portland. He took responsibility until he had to go.
Here's an interesting thought. Wycia says, I find Hoyos a bit creepy. He does look a little creepy. He does.
I agree.
I
agree.
There's so many things you could say that would seem wrong.
He just does not strike me as the coach that's going to motivate me to want to run more and do more stuff. And you could just see, man, the team has gotten worse. I mean, you would imagine with Casemiro in there, we would get better. We're not getting better. There's just something not there. It's something that's just not working. I saw the statistics too. We were scoring more goals when Casemiro wasn't here than we are now. So how is he really helping the team?
That is true.
I think it has to do with the coach.
It's coaching, and also you look, because it's two of the same things, right? Somebody made a joke in the chat about sporting director needs to fire the coach, but the coach is a sporting director. He's at fault being the sporting director. Again, Buck needs to stop with him for bringing in these players. And I don't know whose idea was to bring in Casemiro, and it sounds fun. It's a big name, but not every big name is the right name. It's a puzzle, and it's not necessarily the right piece. He is not Busquets, but they obviously were like, we lost Busquets. We want to find a Busquets. And I guess he's the closest they could come to. But clearly he is not Busquets, or if the coach doesn't know how to use him, right? I don't know. I'm not a coach. I'm not a tactician. I'm a fan, but I'm not sure which one is it. I feel like the guy's got talent. Obviously, he wouldn't have played at Manchester United and all these great places if he didn't have the talent. So I do lean towards then the coach doesn't know how to use him. Here, funny thing, Kata, Peter, can you please wear a Hoyos jersey? Because we all know if I put the name on the back of my jersey, and I don't know if you saw in the game day vlog, I'm sure it came out. I haven't watched it yet, but I did get a Ian Frey jersey. Hopefully, keep our fingers crossed that
Yeah.
all's good with Ian Frey.
Well, let's hope that the Black Widow effect that you usually have doesn't work this
I
time.
mean, it's only happened twice, okay? It's only happened twice. The other shirts I have
Yeah.
are either blank or they have Messi on the back. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs says Casemiro has been a waste of a signing. Back to the Bertarame comments. Pigeon Bass or Bass says, glad Bertarame came back, but that said, expected his first return to be a bit rusty, so he was rusty. Want to see him and Suarez play like they did before Herman's injury. Also, want to see DePaul click more with Messi. So, I would agree that we want Bertarame and Suarez to click because, like, you know, we won the world, we won the championship with Suarez on the bench, but when we brought in Bertarame, he wasn't doing much. But then once they put Suarez back in the game, it seemed like Suarez was able to unlock Bertarame. Because he was being more of a facilitator. And yeah, there might be a little bit of rust for Bertarame naturally, but man, his work rate. He fights for that ball. Like we talked about, he's back and playing defense. He was like our best defender. He was winning headers
You said
in the
it.
defense.
He was doing good. I mean, he's definitely has a motivation. He wants to, contribute to the team, and all hats out to him. He was actually good. The one standout I would say in the whole team, other than Messi and his goal. Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, but is the team willing to pull the trigger on Hoyos, or is this Hoyos man up and say, you know what, I'm the cause, and mea culpa, I'm out of here.
I
I don't
see.
think
I
he's
would
gonna do
love for
that.
him to be out, but there's a very good possibility he just moves right back to his position in the front office. And we get excited when we bring in some of these players, but again, like, are they the right pieces? And if he's the one really pulling the trigger, I mean, that's what that job is. I don't know how much, if it's just a name for him, how much he's really doing in that position. I don't know, because we know he's not doing much of anything as a coach. So he just kind of stands out there with his, and, going back to the creepy thing. I mean, a man at his age with frosted tips. I mean, he's got like frosted hair and stuff, and it looks a little goofy when you're, upper 50s, 60. I don't know how old he is, but he looks older than me.
Yeah,
And
he's
I'm
in
upper.
60s already. He's
I
already
would
in
say I'm
60s.
upper
Yeah,
50s, and he looks older than me. So,
yeah.
you know. Hey, Brad brings up a comment here. Casemiro needs a runner beside him. So does DePaul at this point. How the hell is our midfield supposed to work? Someone needs to be dropped between those two. So Bright can do some of that running, but he's busy.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, he's
Busy
suspended or whatever, and
behind
thankfully
him.
you haven't worn his jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, I might
But
get that.
yeah, and then another thing I was going to tell you, Peter.
Yeah.
Messi's not going to defend.
No.
Suarez, for the life of him, can't defend either, even though he tries to wobble and occupy some space. But they're not doing it. We're basically playing with a handicap. We're missing two players in the defense.
Sure.
They're not going to go back and do anything. So that. I think that's really starting to hurt us, and you could see that the coach needs to do some changes. Maybe it worked in the beginning. Suarez, for everything, he's a great goal scorer. He missed one
Ah,
this game
he missed an
all by himself.
easy one for him. That's like bread and butter type of goal. That should have been easy.
Yeah. So we need some changes, but I don't know, dude. Yeah, yes, we've had people that have been hurt, and people have been suspended, but I don't know, man. I just can't think of another solution other than getting rid of Hoyos.
Yeah, because again, we can't get rid of all the players. Not that quick. So Pigeon Base 11 says, was pissed off after the second goal. I then bought the third kit jersey for DePaul. DePaul literally did that assist to Messi. I don't know what NGL stands for. I'm not cool like that.
Yeah, no idea. But yeah, he made that. But that was the only thing that he did well.
Yeah,
I mean, he
that's a
he
that
ran. Yeah,
no, that's the thing with
go.
DePaul is he frustrates us more than, and then once in a while he'll do something really good, an assist, or he'll score some great goal. I mean, he's done some good things, but for a DP, I expect more. I don't expect him giving away the ball, like it's a Halloween candy, just giving them away to everybody. But I don't understand how. I'm curious. I mean, you putting DePaul on the back of your shirt. I mean, geez, you're not doing that based off of what you've seen with this team. You must be doing it based off of what you've seen for his career, and you like him as a player for the career, which I can understand, but not for this team,
Yeah, and
right?
half the time he's complaining. Yeah, he's
Oh,
complaining
all the
all the
time.
time and pointing his fingers and accusing other people. But he screws up more than everybody else. So it's just
I
like,
know
what dude? What are you complaining about? Why are you getting mad at other people? I mean, you're screwing up half the time too.
exactly.
So it's frustrating. And I did see a video where Messi was telling him something. Looked like he was telling him,
Yeah,
"You're screwing
yeah.
up" or something.
hmm
So that's good because he needs that. He needs, I think the only guy he really respects on the team is Messi. And if Messi tells him something, he probably feels like he's doing something wrong.
Yeah. Good to see Rico now. It's Rico Greenberg back. We haven't seen him in a while. Can't believe my TFC won in Miami. Wow. Welcome. I mean, came back to watch the show just to rub it in. We got two Toronto fans in here.
Yeah, we do, man.
Oh, Pigeon says
Yeah.
it's bass, as in the instrument. Bass, instead of as the instrument. Bass. He plays
Base,
bass.
base.
All
Pigeon
right.
base 11.
He's not a fisherman. He's not a bass fisherman. He could be either one, Or is it all about the bass?
Oh, yeah.
You know what the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brad has a comment here. We need to talk about Segovia. Yeah, he scores goals, but damn, Suarez has more physicality than this kid. This is definitely the reason Mascherano dropped him. Feel very differently.
Yeah, me too. I think Savagoya actually did some good stuff. He
His
wasn't perfect, that's for sure.
No, but I mean, his work rate is kind of like Berterame, man. The guy works hard out there. He's one of the better players this season. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't see
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah, but hey,
I,
everybody's got their opinion on how they watch every game.
yeah, everybody sees it different. That's for sure. Kata says that Jorge Messi vouched for Hoyos to work in Miami.
Well, we know that has a lot to do with it, and I guess Hoyos was a big part of Messi's early career, so that's probably why he's where he's at right now. But he was interim coach, and I thought he was gonna, stop being the coach soon, but it hasn't happened.
Welcome, Thomas Crown, to being a member. Thanks for clicking the join
All
button.
right. Thanks, Thomas.
So just like I was saying, we're gonna send some things out. Like it start off like small, but like I bought some equipment that me and Ed have been talking about, so I can make some stickers and cut things out, kind of cool, and maybe things like that. So at the very least, we're gonna send out probably some stickers and things like that, and maybe we'll even do some better stuff for some of the members, especially those of you that have been members for a long time. So definitely.
Look out for
He's
that.
Pigeon Base is educating us. NGL stands for not going to lie. All
Gotcha.
right. I don't know.
Well, we got gray for a reason,
Yeah, we're not cool.
so
We're old. We don't know the shorthand. What is it? What TBH, to be honest. I don't know. I just made is that the way the kids write it?
hmm
I also enjoy saying that's what the kids say because it makes me sound older, and I have no problem sounding old. So I don't care. It's funny. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs talking about if we get rid of Hoyos, he's just going to move back up, and he'll just go back to signing terrible players anyways. That's why we need to get him out the door. But that it's almost like it's a Messi decision. Does Messi, you know, it, you know,
Authorized.
will he authorize it? Yeah, I don't expect him to. I was on the debating how I was gonna say because I'm like, will Messi do it? I know Messi won't do it, but will he give the approval for it to be done?
Because somebody's got to get in there and say if there is anybody over him, because they're saying he's the what's it called, he's the coach and he's also the what was
Sporting
it,
director.
the
Sporting director.
sporting director.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the sporting director, the boss of the coach or something like that?
Yep. Kind
So
of
there's
like.
nobody over him
Yeah.
except Jorge Mas, who Jorge has to call up Messi and say, hey man, your boy, maybe it's time.
But is there anybody out there, a name of a coach that's available that you would want? I mean, I know I would there's coaches that were within this league that were available, at least, that I would have gone. I would have gone for Jim Curtin. This ownership group will never hire
Yeah.
someone like that, but I would have gone for Jim Curtin. He'll make a solid team. He's never coached any of these big egos, I don't think, but somebody like that, or look, BJ Callahan in Nashville. Look what he's done with Nashville. Let's steal him away. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Here, Ash
But
Predom
that won't happen.
throws out a name. Gallardo. Is Gallardo available right now? I guess so, right?
I think so. Yeah, they were talking about him being the coach of the Ecuadorian national team.
Oh, right.
It looks like
Was
they
it,
might be going after him.
if I
I think he'd come
remember,
and coach Messi.
yeah. If I remember, wasn't Gallardo, I mean, every time there's a coaching opening or we want there to be an opening, his name is mentioned. I think even since day one.
Yeah.
I remember, it wasn't he kind of his name being thrown around day one for this team too? Like, it's
Yeah.
always hanging around.
Yeah. But I think he's been coaching River Plate. I'm not sure if he did anybody else, but he's always been linked with big teams. So,
Yeah.
and he's probably going to be expensive. But that's what we need to go
But
after,
that's
man. Guys
okay.
that are
It's
going to
not
motivate. Yeah.
the coach does not count against the salary cap. So, who cares? Pay up. And I was just Googling him. Yes, yeah, that's right. I was just trying to remember. I was pretty sure he had MLS experience. And yeah, he played for DC United for only 15 appearances, but he did play for DC United in 2008, 2009. So he knows the league a little bit, at least a long time ago, but he knows the league. Here. Would you do this, Ed? Would you take back Mascherano?
Not at this point, no. We need bigger names. Somebody that's going to intimidate even Messi, and that Messi's going to respect, and will say, okay, I think you're right. I think you've got the experience. I'll do what you say. That's what we need. A guy that's going to make Messi do what he thinks is necessary for the team to win, which is basically you let him do what he wants because Messi is just incredible, dude. He's uncoachable, I think.
Yeah. You
Now
don't need
that
to
now
coach
now
him. You just need to know how to use the players that are available to you. Because really, at the end of the day, that's what the coach's job is. The coach, generally speaking, not somebody picks the players. You figure out how to use them. You don't, and sometimes a coach has a lot of input, sometimes they don't, right? So at this point, if you're coming in, you have no input, at least not this year. Let's say you come in this year, you have no input, it's done. So just how to cook with the ingredients that you have available. Are you a good chef or not? And it seems like, Hoyos is just learning how to cook. He doesn't know how to
I
even
think
cut. He doesn't even know how to chop the
he's flipping
onions.
burgers.
No, he doesn't
He's
even know how
flipping
to.
burgers.
He's on the fry line. He's on the fry line. He
Mhm.
can't. He's not even moved up to flipping burgers. Hoyos
He's
is
Coach
manning
Flip.
the bubbling oil. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, look at his resume. I mean, dude, he's coached first division teams, but Inter Miami is basically the biggest team that he's coached.
And so, how are we
So
supposed to be taken seriously? we always talk about on this channel, are we a t-shirt company or are we a serious football club? And I tend to lean towards t-shirt company that just once in a while lifts a trophy, right? But I think the number one priority is selling stuff. Having names to get bigger sponsorships and putting butts in seats and selling jerseys. I always lean towards that as the number one thing. Yes, of course, they want to win, but it doesn't feel like that's the number one priority. So, but regardless of that, we are the biggest club in MLS by name. I mean, we are the biggest franchise in this country, world renowned at this point. You see the Inter Miami jersey everywhere. How can you be taken seriously when you put the Jacksonville Armada head coach as our head coach? This guy coached in the NASL, back of the traffic sports era. Nothing wrong with that, but I mean, that's not who I want coaching this level of a team. If we're supposed to be the best, we should be bringing in the best. Right. The best available. You may not always get the Gallardo. You might not always get the coach, the Xavi and all that stuff that you want, but it still should be the best out there. If we saw a coach within this league, we should be have the money, the fortitude, what have you, to steal him. Right? No honor. I don't care.
Sure. Agree.
Here's Ash Preetam says, to be honest, TBH. To be honest, I think we went with Hoyos because no good manager would sign with us. And what does that say then? Are we setting our sights too high that we're only aiming for the top notch? And if you can't get that, you get the bottom? Can we aim for like upper middle? Get a good, solid coach. He doesn't have to be the biggest name in the world, but a good, solid coach, so that when if they all say no, you're not ending up with the bottom of the barrel type of coach. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't think they couldn't get anybody better. I just think that they got comfortable and they said, we're winning anyway, and let's just keep doing what we're doing and hope we keep winning but it didn't work out. Oh, look at this. Look at that little critter right
look
there.
at that dog.
That's Cloudy right there. He says
super
hello.
Cute.
Bye, Cloudy. Bye.
Kata's mentioning a name that I've brought up before as well. Wilfred Nancy. I would love Wilfred Nancy. He's available.
Yes. He is available.
He may have crashed out.
Grabbed him yet.
Huh?
I'm surprised nobody's grabbed him yet.
Yeah, I mean, he crashed out in Europe, but he did well in MLS.
He crashed out bad in Europe because he went in the middle of the season and
Yeah, everything was stacked against him for that.
Oh. Sorry about that. I'm taking care of my grandkid and I gotta, tell them not to do certain things.
Francisco brings up a point. A good manager will expect to make 100% of the decisions. Is it possible with Messi? I don't know. It really, you got to wonder, you got to sit down. So we all assume that Messi is calling all the shots, right? Because that's what it seems like. That's what we think. But we're not in the locker room. We don't really know. But it kind of looks like that. And so do you need to sit down with Messi and say, look, do you want to be the general manager on the field, basically? Do you want to call all the shots and be frustrated, lose, occasionally win, and maybe lift a trophy, but maybe? You want to make all the decisions but own a lot of frustration because he walks off the field a lot frustrated? Or do you want to sit back and just be the amazing player that you are and let somebody else call all the shots and do all the cooking like we were talking about and win more trophies? Like, go out winning more trophies. Bring somebody in that knows how to do that.
And Peter, like we said before, we've got the talent. This team should be destroying all the other teams with the players that we've got,
You
dude.
think?
If
And
you
as
think
much as
that, yeah, we would be, the,
we always
you
complain
know,
about our defenders and our goalkeepers and all that, and yes, that is a weak point in this team. But they've all played better. Like I know that Falcone is not everybody's favorite player, but he has played better and he has looked better than he currently does. He was part of the championship team. I'm sitting here right across from me looking at the Miami Herald front page that I have framed on my wall, and it's got Falcone lifting his hands in the air, and he played good.
yeah.
So some of
What
these
ha
guys are able to play better, and they're just not.
Yeah, if watching that game all over, it's like, unmotivated and they're touching the ball, back passing too much. I'm
Oh my God, the
tired
back
of them
passing,
back passing
the
that
back
ball.
passes.
I mean, Jesus Christ. And then the players also, I mean, the guys on the sidelines, I mean, they don't run up I saw DePaul do it a couple times. I'm like, yes, that's what the guys on the right and the left need to do. They need to start running all the way up, throwing centers if that's all
Mm-hmm.
they can do. But let's do that. Get in there, get in position, get the goalie towards you so that you open space in the middle, and when you pass the ball in the middle, somebody can just shove the ball in. That's something that you would do, Peter Brown. I remember when we used to play
Exactly.
soccer. You just
Exactly.
sit next to that pole, one of the poles, and just wait for the ball to come to you. You
Yeah.
know?
It is crazy though that we do have a lot of injuries. I saw somebody commenting on Reguilon that we need to get rid of him. Well, it looks like he's gone for a little bit again. I just got a feeling he was making that run. All of a sudden he gave up, and we didn't understand what was happening. It's just kind of like, why'd you stop? It looks
Yeah.
like, and then all of a sudden you see him walking off the field. It was odd because he didn't lay on the ground and they have medical come out. He just left.
He just
And
left, and I recorded that whole part. And you guys can watch it in the vlog that we just put out this morning. Yeah, he just walked away, and I was just like, dude, maybe he realizes now that he just can't play anymore
it must have been just
because he's hurt
frustration.
all
Like
the
he
time.
he knows he pulled something. He knows injuries at this point. He knows what they
Right.
feel like. He's
He's
had plenty.
Yeah, he's well known
So
for them.
and even when he has been playing the most recently, it hasn't been good. So that's another injury. I mean, Allende, you can do a lot of what you're talking about, going up and down, be the runner, even though he wasn't playing great before his injury this year. But if we could tap into that Allende from last third quarter of the season,
Playoffs.
but he's out, he's hurt. There's
Yeah.
so many hurt. Here, Kata feels that Reguilon was disrespectful. Lay on the ground, have the game stop. We went a man down in run of play. Yet that was kind of our reaction. Ed and I's reaction was like, what the hell? What are you doing? You don't just do that. It did feel
Yeah.
disrespectful. But if I flip it on the other side, it could just be like massive amounts of frustration. Like, here I go again. I'm just done.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was like he realized, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And
But it,
he's not that old, and it's frustrating because he's played for so many great teams, and he can't get to that level anymore. And we made a gamble getting him, knowing that he's
yeah.
injury
Oh, yeah.
prone, and
Yeah.
we were hoping for a little bit of that, what was left in that tank, and looks like that tank is empty.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, let's listen to a voicemail.
It's time for your voicemail.
Hello.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Uncle Ed. Hey, everybody. It's Kevin Gonzalez calling from up into 561. Hope everyone is doing well under the miserable circumstances that took place last night. I was at the game, saw everything that happened, and I unfortunately have to say that I don't think that we have hit rock bottom yet. And I use that suffix yet very, very seriously. The team is completely in shambles right now. Many of the players that are out there just don't have any form of a desire to play. Many of the fans that I was sitting with in the stands last night, all of them were absolutely ragging on Maxi Falcone, and with good reason. Maxi has got to go. No effort, no heart. all I saw last night was Inter Miami playing on the back foot, passing the ball back consistently. I took good count. Dane St. Clair must have touched the ball more last night than some of the other players on the field, and I think that the total number of goalkeeper touches between both our keeper and Toronto's goalkeeper probably had to have been at least 10 to 15 to 1. They're playing scared. They're playing with no heart. I don't know what's going on, but there needs to be a total rethought process going on within that team. I'm a season ticket holder, but I'm not even going to go to the game next week. I'm not even going to waste my time. I love Inter Miami. I love this club, but I need a break. I need to simmer down. Riding on the tri-rail back from Miami back up to West Palm Beach last night was as miserable as it could get. I was with my friend, and we were just looking at each other, and we were like, what the heck is going on? So, hopefully the players can figure it out. They're in a slump right now, but they better fix their problems, because while we're slumping, Nashville's running away with the league, and everybody else is catching up with us. So they better right the ship and right it fast. Anyways, hope everything is great. Great show as always, and shout out to everyone. Talk to you later. Take care.
So the big takeaway there, and I would agree, is the lack of heart. It seems a lack of hustle, lack of something. He's talking about Falcone not giving a damn almost. That was one of the things that you could, especially last year, you couldn't argue about. I mean, even if he screwed up, he gave maximum effort. He was pumped up when he'd make a good tackle. He really cared a lot. And if the players are losing that, that's 1,000% the coach. The coach is the one that builds the morale, that holds people accountable. I mean, you're a manager. It's no different than, look, at my job that I'm currently at. I've kind of taken it upon myself to kind of change some of the culture a little bit there. Is to start, because people go around at times at any company, and they just want to say it's that guy's fault. Something went wrong. It's that guy's fault. And instead of saying, no, it's our fault. We are a team, and it's our fault. And I'm working on that in my own real life, trying to change a little bit of the culture at where I'm at. It's the same thing, but on with a lot more egos, for the coach. I mean, he's a manager of people, and you've got to be able to motivate your people that want to give that extra bit of effort. And if he can't do that, if he's not doing that, which it doesn't look like he is, then he definitely has to go out.
Yeah, agreed. I like Kata's the Hawaiian organ donor.
Yeah, he changed his name.
You see that?
Yeah, I did notice that.
You think you think Hal Gordon is really dead like Inter Miami? Hal Jordan, he made.
Hal Jordan. Yeah, I know what he meant.
Yeah.
I think there's a new episode tonight. I think isn't it every Sunday night?
Yeah.
Of Lanterns. Did you watch? Yeah. Did you watch it, Ed?
Of course, Peter Brown, and I don't think he's dead. I think it's just they want to create that controversy, which I think was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched at the end of that episode all the way to the end, where they show you kind of like what's coming this season, you see him a lot. So it's either through flashbacks or he's alive. So,
Yeah, dude, I totally think, sorry we're going into the geeky part, but I totally think, why are they waste such a great character that becomes evil eventually? And they could use him so much more. And I think that's where it's leading to. Yeah. He's going to eventually become Parallax. I don't know if you guys follow that, but he becomes an evil character.
Who knows if they do that in the show? I wonder if they'll go there.
I hope they do, because he went against, in the comics, he went against Superman, he went against everybody. That's how powerful the guy was. So
it was a pretty good show. I mean, I didn't come out of that first episode going, OMG, I love this, but it was good enough for me to continue. I didn't love it or hate it.
It's got potential.
I know it got great reviews and all that kind of stuff, and for me, I was just like, okay. I'm not crazy about the whole trainee program thing.
Yeah, it's a little,
but
it might work. They can still pull it off.
I guess that's how you get them both on the screen at the same time and stuff like that. So, Because
Yeah.
in the comics, wasn't it basically the younger Green Lantern replaced Hal Jordan because Hal Jordan was thought to be dead? I mean,
Right.
that's
how it
that's
was,
the ring goes and finds somebody else. So I don't know. I don't know all the Green Lantern
Exactly.
stuff, but that's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah. But let's get back to soccer. uh,
Stop.
and I like what that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, this
What
I'm
is
not
it?
going to try to say your name. I'm
Destroy
sick
it,
and
Peter.
tired of
Destroy
Hoyos
it. Do
making
it.
Casemiro. I like he says Casemiro. Casemiro. It's all about the cash, like Boosie. He's
Yeah.
not.
Agreed. He does
Let
play
him be his own
as
player.
a defensive midfielder, but that's offensive. So I let him go forward, dude. I think that, but then we need somebody that's going to be the plug back there.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the
And
speed to get back.
right. So we need somebody that's going to be the plug back there. Um, and it's not going to be DePaul. Impossible because he's also see. There's two players right there that basically could play the same way. Casemiro and DePaul are the
Same model.
midfield forward, yeah, midfielders that are going to go forward. The central midfielders
And that's
or
again going back to finding the right pieces, not just going after a big name. It's finding the right pieces. And clearly, as much as it makes like sense to bring in Casemiro as for like, hey, maybe he'll get a lot of the Brazilians interested in coming out and supporting the team. That's why it feels more of a marketing ploy than it does an actual, great player on the field. It just feels more of a marketing situation.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
Nicole Lumerman says this is 100% the fault of Hoyos. He rode the momentum the team had after Mascherano, and the second they took a break and had new signings, you could see the lack of coaching experience. Yeah, agreed. Nico also, I said Nicole. Nico also says Casemiro is not a replacement to Boosie. Sergio used to play between the center backs. Casemiro needs to play higher up, which you've been saying, Ed.
Yeah.
Maybe Ayala as a center defensive midfielder would let Casemiro free up more. And Ayala's been coming in the second half. I mean, they brought him in. He was on a 1-year deal, but there were some high expectations for him based on what he had, done previously in the MLS. There was a lot of high expectations for him. Now, of course, he was hurt through most of his time here so far, but he's now back. So why not give it a shot? Put him in the starting lineup. At this point,
I don't know.
What we were talking about is like, at this point, when we're watching Inter Miami, I'm more excited to watch and to see the academy kids coming into the game. They're fun. And like, if we're going to lose, we might as well lose with some young up and coming players that maybe there's potential for them to be very good. Or, I don't know. I like the whole, the local kid thing, since I'm a local kid myself, so I like that, seeing our academy kids out there. So seeing Pinter out there, obviously Allen should be starting over, say, Reguilon, or Mura, either one. Put him anywhere. I don't care. Put him in the center. He's played in the center, which I didn't always agree with, but he played in the center. And so, anyways, here I want more Planbeck. Exactly. It's exciting to see some of these young players, and just think about the difference in salaries there. You've got it's like there's no middle ground with this team. It's like we've got super rich players and then guys making $80,000 a year. The haves and have-nots. It's crazy the difference in some of these players. Kata wants to see Delanois start.
Yeah. Is he good enough? He's made some good plays, some good runs. They need more minutes, man. They need more minutes to show what they got. A couple
He needs
of
to
games
learn how to
back,
finish.
he had chances. That I was going to come to that. Yeah, he just needs to finish. And Pinter has started to learn how to finish, but he doesn't get the minutes. but he made some good plays with Messi. He made a couple of good plays, and these kids are learning. They're going to get better. They need minutes though.
Here, Ash Preetam wants to see Santi Morales back in the lineup when he gets healthy. Another one that's been hurt, though.
Yeah. We got some good players, man.
Pigeon Base is asking, what's the latest on the Mikhail injury? Haven't seen him lately. We had heard he was on the bicycle. He was seen on the bicycle. So that means he's still got a couple weeks.
That's a good
probably.
sign. But that's a good sign. That means he's getting ready.
Yeah.
But he's our best defender. We don't have anybody like that. I was hoping Caicedo, the Ecuadorian guy, would be because both those guys together, they're tall and they're strong, and
why is he not
they got
starting?
potential.
He started a couple of games. What in Leagues Cup? I think we saw him start, and he played good. Why is he not starting? Again, coaching decisions that makes no sense to us, at least from the outside. Francisco saying, which of Messi's friends got to hit the bench so the young kids may play? I mean, I would as of right now, I would keep Casemiro in there because I still feel he's new with the team. He still might prove to be valuable, but maybe sit Rodrigo de Paul. He's been here long enough, so sit him. Bring one of the younger guys in. Sit Suarez. Bring one of the younger guys in. Those two, off the top of my head, I would sit.
Agree.
Nico Lumerman with a $1.99 super chat. I don't see a question along with it,
right.
but whenever it's
throw us a question.
Thank you for your super chat, regardless. Here, Ash.
Like what Ash Preetam was saying.
Caicedo doesn't pass back enough to start. He doesn't follow the game plan.
Yeah, that's a requirement. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Funny. I held this up while Kevin was on the call. They gave these out on the tri-rail.
That is cool.
It'd be really, really cool if it had Inter Miami on it too, but it's just a plain white ball otherwise. But still, it was kind of neat. They were passing. They were not inflated at the time. Where is this? They were not inflated at the time, but I don't know how to put this on the screen, Ed. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, there you go.
More or less.
There you go.
But I thought this was a kind of a fun little giveaway that they're using to promote tri-rail and to promote soccer. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, very cool. And they're gaining a lot of passengers thanks to the team promoting everybody take the trains, and that's wonderful.
The trains. I wonder if Metro Rail is doing anything like this because so when you walk back from the stadium, if you walk, so normally we walk a different way, but if you walk across the bridge, the official path, which is what we did this time because it was just the quickest way after dropping off, hanging out at the car. If you go that direction, you see a good chunk of the people are going to the Metro Rail. The tri-rails, obviously, it's very full. I mean, they're filling like 2-3 trains, so it's being used. But a lot of people are also taking the Metro Rail. So people that are coming in from other parts of Miami taking the Metro Rail. So that's both. I think I see more people going straight because once you cross the street, you go straight and you're going to get on the Metro Rail. And if you go to the right, and you'll get on the tri-rail. So it's they're both doing well. But Nico followed up his super chat with a comment here. Let's get to that. Casemiro would have worked out if we had a coach that knows how to add in a new player into the squad. Acclimate a new player into the squad.
There you go.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, it says they'd be putting any logo on soccer ball. It was a cheap little promotion. I'm sure it didn't cost him a lot of money, so why not? John says, why is Casemiro playing as a center back? He is always way in the back. I agree. I don't understand it either. And that's when I wonder, and obviously I'm not in the locker room, so I don't know, but I wonder how much is that the player deciding where he feels like he needs to be, and how much is his coaching. Again, when we were in the game, our friend Julio was telling me he felt like it's coaching. 100% coaching, and I don't know. I also don't know if this coach has any power. So sorry, Ed. Go ahead.
He probably told him we're bringing you for this position. They told him you're going to basically play like Busquets did, and I think he's taking it literally. They're not giving him the option to go up, so he doesn't go up that much.
No. I mean, he did have an opportunity at goal, so he did go up a little bit, but
But not enough. And he's a goal scorer, man. He scored in the World Cup. I mean, he's done that with other teams. He's a defensive midfielder, but that goes up and scores goals.
Yeah.
He's not doing it with Inter Miami.
Talking about the tri-rail. Tri-rail is the best, but second train gets me home past midnight. If you move a little quicker, you could get to the first train, and then you'll get home a little sooner. I don't know. If you hightail it out of there like me and Caesar do, you can get on the first train. And I don't always know if we're on the first train or the second train. I think we were on the first train. Basically, we got on the train. We found 2 seats. There weren't many seats. We found 2 seats, and the train left pretty much right away. Whoa. Look at this, Ed.
She's got to be sarcastic. She's got to be sarcastic.
Rodrigo de Paul is currently the best player playing there, putting Messi aside. I mean, that's sarcasm, right? People, if help us. If you're joking, put like a smiley face next to it, because I can't read sarcasm, because I think, to me, that's delusional. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't get it. He is such a letdown.
He does sometimes things. He scores great goals every so often.
Once in a while.
And does passes. Yeah, throughout the whole game, he does gives the ball away, and then all of a sudden he does a pass that creates a goal, and you're like, okay, so is he good? Is he not good? You can't figure out what exactly if he's good or he's bad. It's just hard to understand the guy.
Going back to the tri-roll, Okada says he doesn't want to miss any of the game. I'm not telling you to leave the game early. We don't leave the game early either, except for that one game on a Wednesday after the rain delay, and we were nervous. Other than that, we don't leave the game early. But as soon as that whistle blows, we hightail it out of there. Because Caesar, who's in this chat a lot, he cracks that whip, and he's like, "Let's go." he's like, "Stop!
I'm not missing that train. I got to get home."
He says, "Stop playing around with your video. Let's go. Shoot your ending. Shoot your ending. Let's go.
Hurry up and let's get going. Screw your dumb video."
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's a great contributor on this channel. Anyway,
we like messing with him.
Yeah. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up. I don't really have anywhere else to go. I think the basic thought is we need a new coach, and let's just hope that we're playing another Canadian team this weekend. They should be beatable. They are like near the bottom. We should be able to beat them. But then again, we should have beat Toronto. So who knows? Another Canadian team. We're going to have to listen to the Canadian national anthem again. And Montreal is a team that quite often gets a lot of our former players. Real quick, going back to some of the questions before we wrap it up. Peter, did you get Frey on the name put in the team store? Yes. I went to the team store on a Thursday. I got it done. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs is leaving. Hambone. Turnover, DePaul looked like Tin Man running down the sideline. And then John says, last comment of the show, says Luis Suarez needs to come in for the last 30 minutes. All right, I agree with that. Ed, what else is going on the channel?
Nothing, I think. Don't forget to check out the vlog. There's some good comments on there that Peter and I talked about. That's why it ran long. Otherwise,
there wasn't much to show.
Messi's goal was great. Yeah. Otherwise, Messi's goal was great. You'll see the whole thing right there. So go check it out, guys.
All right. And go and watch the food video. It doesn't. I think those videos are fun, but they don't get enough views, and I don't understand why. So share it.
Yeah.
Tell people about it. They're fun. At the end of the day, they're
people
fun.
don't eat. People don't. Yeah.
I don't know. But there's plenty more places we can eat and try. But we're gonna space those out. Generally speaking, I'll do those on a Wednesday when I'm leaving from work and I'm hungry. But on a Saturday, I'm not hungry because we've been sitting at the tailgate chomping on something. So I'm not necessarily hungry.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, hey everybody,
And
thanks
check
so
us
much
out
for
on the tailgate.
watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. See you, everybody.